Hi everyone, nice to see you. In this video, we will talk about how to reduce the waiting time for the media player. I know there are many ways to reduce the waiting time for the media player. One easy and efficient way is preloading. But in this video, I don't want to talk about preloading. We will focus on the media player itself. At the current time, most video applications play online videos. I think you have the feeling of playing a local video. You hardly ever need to wait. And usually when you're watching an online video, you need to wait for starting and maybe you need to wait for rebuffing during the watching time. So let's focus on the network first. Usually the video URL has a hostname but an IP address. And so the first step for playing a video is changing the hostname to an IP address. The process is called DNS resolution. And usually you need a CDN content delivery network to deliver your videos all over the world. The DNS resolution service of the videos is provided by the CDN provider. And there is a server called GSLB, Global Service Load Balancing of the CDN, to schedule one or more perfect nodes for clients to use at that time. So the first step is very important. If you got a perfect node to use, you will have less waiting time. Otherwise, you will got more waiting time. There are many factors that affect the quality of CDN node for you, such as the distance, the ISP of the node, and the load of the node. I have to tell you that the GSLB doesn't always give the best node to your clients. It depends on the price you paid to the CDN provider. Because most of the nodes are shared with all clients of the CDN provider. They would like to provide the best service for their VIP clients. So as a media player SDK, it should have the ability to report the IP information of the device and CDN nodes. When someone reported a problem with the waiting time, you can check the IP information to ensure whether it was generated by CDN. Sometimes it's very important. How to do a DNS resolution? There is not only one way to do a DNS resolution, and the common way is calling the libc function get ADDR info. This way is called local DNS. In this way, the whole resolution process is total transparency to you, but it may be the most stable way. As far as I know, most open source projects are using this way to do DNS resolution, and there is a big problem. This function is a blocking function, and it may be blocked for more than 20 seconds when you call it in a weak network condition, and maybe it's not secure enough. The local DNS uses the ISP DNS server to get the IP information. Sometimes the ISPs have their own DNS cache servers, and they even would have their own file cache servers. So sometimes the DNS resolution are out of control of the GRSB. For playing video using CDN, it's not a good job. To resolve the blocking problem of the local DNS, we will try the CRES library, but the result of the test is not good enough, so we give up this solution. There is another way to do a resolution called DOH, DNS over HTTPS. And I think this is a better way to do a DNS resolution, and it has many benefits. Most CDN providers support DOH to access their GSLB more directly. This is good for playing CDN delivered videos. Have a short router, and this will make the resolution faster. The whole resolution process can be controlled by yourself. It's a common HTTP request, and you can add your own strategies. And I think every media player has support HTTP, so no extra library for you to integrate. So next, let me introduce the DNS resolution strategy of the cicada player. I will finish the DNS resolution module for cicada player when I worked for Alibaba, but the version is not updated to GitHub by now, so I just list some points here. First, use an independent thread to make it unblocking. 2. Using DOH and local DNS to get all the IP addresses to make it more stable. 3. Using HTTP GET method to test the connection quality and choose a best IP for a host. 4. Catching the IP address for TTL, called time to live, and then reduce from 2. 5. Prefer not to change the IP address for a host name to reduce the chance of CDN origin pool. It will cost some time. 6. Refresh all the information when network changed, such as Wi-Fi and cell network. Okay, today's video coming to an end. In the next video, we will go on to talk about network, and we will talk about the HTTP.